Streamlined Piano Series, Technic Step 8. This is hands together arpeggios for all the white root Triad Arpeggios and G flat. So you've already learned these hands separate. I'm just going to quickly demonstrate what it'll look like doing this in 2 octaves. So if we were to start on C, you already know the fingering. And before you did that at the top. Now, to keep going, you're going to sneak your thumb underneath here. And really the trick for these is in how you do that. So a lot of people will do this big up so that they can see their thumb and slam down. That's exaggerating, but that could be maybe the worst that you might do it. We want to do it as sneakily as we can because we need to be able to go fast, and if we're making big gestures we can't. So even though we're slow, we're going to practice using the technique that'll allow us to play these quickly later. So I'm already kind of, if you notice, kind of tilting my hand. So I'm pointing my knuckles in the direction that I'm traveling. So I'm not just flat, I'm just kind of a little tilted. And every note, I'm tilting even more. I'm anticipating this thumb. And then I lay him down and I'd make him do the work, not my elbow or my arm. Okay, and that 1 helps me continue on. The left hand already had a 1, so his tricky spot is now here. So doing that cross in an efficient way without lifting the elbow or other antics. And so the right hand's gonna also just scooch over. So that's the crucial part of the technique, is this connection between the first and second octave. So I sneak my thumb in and quickly come over this way, not up and around with anything big. And then it's the same fingering, just repeated. And then I'll end like I did with the 1 octave arpeggio. Now, if you notice, I'm already now turning my knuckles this way. I'm coming back in the direction of travel. And every note, I'm already moving. And you see how I already took my thumb in the left hand. So I want to show you again. Watch my left hand thumb. He's traveling, anticipating that move the whole time. And then my right hand's more quick in that movement. And the left hand too, when they do that. They just flip over. My knuckles are still pointing, not this way, not flat, but it's pointing in the direction of travel. Now, make sure when you're pointing your knuckles, notice it doesn't raise my elbows to do that. We want to do it just really with minimal elbow motion. So, let me show you what it would look like not to use that technique, just so you can recognize the difference. So, it's hard for me to do this, but I'll try. So, I'm going to not point my knuckles. I'm going to not anticipate the turn. You see, everything's just there. And then I just do a big motion. That's hard to do. Something like that would be kind of a bulky way of doing it. So anticipate the motion, be moving constantly, not this sudden jerk. Okay? So that's really the technique of it. The G flat major is the same fingering. So I'm swinging over and pointing my knuckles. And then I point all the way down. It's kind of a tricky one. You're walking on thin ice here, and there's not as much to work with. So it's going to take some more practice. And so if you find it might be helpful at first for whichever key you're doing, say it's A major, to do hands separate again, just to get comfortable with that pointing of the knuckles and the sneaky thumb, and then put it back together after that. So for any of you that want to see all of them demonstrated, I'll do that now at the end of the video. And I'll take a kind of medium tempo. And you notice my hand's more comfortable with a 3 on these ones that are all white, but 4 is kind of the more standard fingering, but I'm a rebel, so 3 feels better for my hand. If 4 feels better for you, go for it. going to be 3. You wouldn't want to use a 4. And then I'll just go this time, well, I'll be a good girl. I'll go up in the circle of 5th. To F sharp, which would be the next one, I'm going to go to F because that's also a white key. And then I'm going to finish with G flat. So there are the arpeggios, 2 octaves, hands together.